Hello everyone, I'm Rizwan. In this video, I'm gonna teach you how you can keep your students so busy, interactive and active in your class. So how we are gonna do this? I'm going to tell you what's quiz trade game. So this game will help you keep your students so motivated and very active in class. So what actually happens in this game, or how you can start this game? First of all, take a paper and tear it like this. You can create all of the questions yourself in this game, or you can ask students to take a page from their copy and fold it and tear it like this. If you want your students to write the questions, and it would be better if you are teaching in a primary level or early childhood education in which you feel that your students can't write the questions, then you can write as a teacher yourself. But for example, I teach higher secondary level classes. So what I did or what I do, I ask my children to take a page and tear it, fold it and tear it, and I would ask my students to write the questions themselves. Now what those questions can be, for example, if I have recently taught my children topics related to writing, for example, words, comma, splice, or run-on sentences, or say redundancies or generalizations in writing. So I would ask the students to write questions related to the recent topics that we have covered in class. Now if you have taught your classes any topics, say in mathematics, or say in biology, or say in any subject like sociology, or say Pakistan studies, then you can even use this quiz trade game in other subjects, in other classes as well, apart from English language. So once all of the students have the pages, now tell students that now you have to write the questions. Now if you want your students to be busy keeping your time in mind, for example, you want them to play this game for 20 minutes, you can do that. For that you can write 5, 6 or 7 questions. But if you want them to play for less time, then you should ask them to write 3 or 4 questions, depending on how much time you have in your class. So now students write the questions. Here they write question number 1, for example, what's the topic sentence in an essay? And question number 2, what is the thesis statement in an essay? Now such questions that students will write, they have to write the answers on the back side of the page. For example, they'll write thesis statement, answer of question 1 or 2. Thesis statement is a writer's opinion or his view on the topic in essay writing. For example, whatever questions they are writing, they will write the answers on the back side. Now students have to go around the class. All of the students would be standing with their questions in their hands. They'll go one by one and find different partners, different students in class. So for example, if I go with my questions and answers on the back, and I roam around the class, and if I found anyone who is not busy with anyone, then I can show this page to them and I ask them, hello, can you answer these questions? So question number 1, the student has to read to me the question number 1. Now when he is reading the question, I know that I have the answer already on the back side. Now why answers are important? Once I am done asking these questions from the student, then I have to trade. I have to give these questions to the student, okay, and the student who's answering my questions has his own questions. He'll after I have finished asking the questions, I'll also have to answer his questions. The student would ask me, he would show me his paper. I'll read the questions on it. For example, there might be a question, what's synonym of cozy? Okay, and this is page questions of the other student. Now he has the answer written here. Why answers are important, I'm just telling you in a moment. So once he's done asking the questions from me, now when we are both done with asking and answering questions, we have to trade this. I'll give my paper to him and he will give me the paper, and then we are gonna go and roam around the class and find someone else. Before we say go, we have to say them thank you. Okay, whoever I'm asking questions from, so I have to say them thank you. Okay, and then I have to go and find someone else. Instead of saying thank you in lower classes, you can ask them to make a high five. Okay, yes, done, high five, and then you go and find someone else. So why answers are important? Now that I have the paper of the questions and answers which I did not write myself. So for example, that student might have written a question that I am not sure, or I don't have the answer, or I'm not clear about it. Then I have the answer on back side of it. So once I go and mingle in the class with other students and I ask them the questions and they tell me the answer, I have the exact answer written on back side, so I can see that and I can figure out whether the student is telling me correct answer, correct information, or incorrect or wrong answer. So I can verify, and if answer is wrong, then I can tell, oh well, this is not an accurate answer, the answer can be, and I can further explain that to the student. Okay, so now I'll take you to my classes and see how students have played this game. So before we go and see the students playing this trade quiz game, this game can be played in any class. Whether you teach a primary level or secondary level or higher secondary school, this can be played in any class, whether it is English class, math class, or any class. So you have to tailor it according to your own subject. You have to align it according to your own concepts, topics that you teach. But it's going to be fun for this class. So students will be engaged, they'll be asking each other questions, and they'll be answering, they'll be very busy, they'll be practicing their speaking skills, they'll be practicing their listening skills, so their confidence level would boost up. So it's a very good activity. So let's go and see how my students play this game. Alright, so I hope you find this activity useful, and before I go, I can also I would like to share some of the resources that I have. Now if you don't want to write yourself the questions according to your subject, according to your level, you can go and find some resources in the market. For example, these cards have questions and answers related to English. For example, I have another one. Now here in this is again the same game. On the one side of the page there are questions written, and on the other side are the answers written. So if you want to spend some money, if you have, then you can go to any market and try to find some resources which you can use in trade quiz game. Okay, and if you found this video interesting, inspiring and useful, then do not forget to click the like button, and don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in another video soon. Until then, goodbye and enjoy. Happy studies.